Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Ah, wow. Lemon ginger tea with honey and turmeric. Heavy on the ginger, it's got a bite to it. Ah, it's good. Ah, COVID-19. That's what everybody's talking about, right? This stuff's nuts. Um, Here locally, now some of y'all, most of y'all know, some of you don't. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida. Uh, they shut down the Players Cup, the TPC. One of the major golf things going on in the world, I believe. I mean, it's always a major big deal here. They had it going, people were there, and then they said, all right, we're not going to let people come and watch anymore. And then next thing you know, they're like, we're not going to do it at all. We're just going to send everybody home. Whoa, what the heck? There's people out there that, local restaurants or whatever, that spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on supplies to feed the hundreds of thousands of people that were going to be to be there, either on location or they were expecting the influx as usual in the evenings when the game was over, and people would go out to the local restaurants or whatever. So people are scrambling. I've got a lot of friends, social media friends or whatever, related, involved with the haunted house industry. And one of their major exhibitions was going on. I don't remember exactly where it was. But this is like one of the big things for the haunt industry. And people are showing off, all the new props and, new this, new that, and everything else. Well, people have spent a lot of money getting their stuff there, renting rooms, and now it's been canceled. So, not just the people that are going to look, which they've put out quite a bit of money as well, on rooms and airfare and all the other stuff. How much of that's going to be reimbursed? Probably not much. The people that, were there to display their stuff, they had to pay shipping to get everything out there. And now they got to get it all shipped back again. I have a young friend who sells small cars, matchboxes on up to, most size cars, and she sells plaques and embroidered rugs and stuff like that at car shows and swap meets and stuff like that. And she was on her way to Oklahoma. She lives in Kentucky, I think. Anyway, she was on her way to Oklahoma for a show, and then she was going to head down to Miami. She's on the road quite a bit, but she's like midway between home and where she was headed, and they said, nope, we're going to cancel it. So, she's got, at least she'll get her money back from the show. But, there's a lot of outlay out there. She's not rich. She makes it all, that's her livelihood. So it's affecting a lot of people. Excuse me. Yesterday, the mayor here in Jacksonville decided, the mayor and the council and whoever, whatever, decided that they were going to shut down all the big venues, like the football stadium and the theaters and anything in a city-owned building. They also shut down all the parks. You can't go to a park. I don't know about you, but I don't go to a park to congregate with people. I go to a park to get away from people. There's parks out there that they've got long walking trails. And that's what people go there for. Now they're closed. You're not allowed to go walk around the park. I don't get that at all. Okay, I can kind of understand you don't want the kids congregating on the play sets. That's fine. You don't need to close the whole park. Along those lines, they've also extended the kids' spring break for another week. So at least another week. They may extend it a week after that, depending on how things look at the end of next week. So that's another thing that raises issues. People don't have babysitters. They're going to have to take off work, so it's going to affect people there. A lot of places that have closed down schools have lunch programs, breakfast lunch programs. And some places even offer food to go home to people that are really in need. I'm fortunate that doesn't affect any of my grab rats, but there are people out there that it does affect. And what are they going to do? Send the kids to school to eat? That doesn't make any sense. So maybe you have to go to the school and pick it up, or maybe they'll a central location and distribute it. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about that. I just know that that's a concern. And it should be a concern for everyone. Just people they're losing money. The people in the restaurants that were expecting all this influx from the golfers or whatever. They hired extra waitresses who are they're going to get laid off now or let go because they don't need them. Taxi drivers, Uber drivers. It just it spreads and spreads and spreads. I really don't understand the park thing. It's not like I said, we're not going out there to congregate. And at least here, again, I'm in Northeast Florida, we're having very warm temperatures. And according to the CDC, this COVID-19 won't survive in the environment when the temperatures are warm. So, and by warm, they were saying something, 22 to 27 degrees Celsius. I don't remember the exact numbers. I know I checked at 27 degrees Celsius, goes out to right around 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And we've been in that range for the past couple of days at any rate. It was in the mid 80s yesterday, 85 thereabouts. Supposed to be up there again today, 79 and whatever. So, supposedly this thing won't survive in the environment. It won't survive, like they're saying, it'll survive on money and gas pump handles and grocery buggy handles and stuff like that. Hopefully it won't survive the sunlight and the warm temperatures. So, and the sun sterilizes a lot of stuff anyway. But speaking of sterilizing, people are going nuts with hand cleaner, hand sanitizer and stuff. I mean, it's sold out all over the place. You just need normal hand washing procedures, but they're. I was with the ambulance service, rescue service, first aid, whatever, back when Legionnaires was a thing, and we would mask up and glove up, just to be careful, just to be cautious, and we got through that. Swine flu was 10 years ago or so. I wasn't active with the ambulance at that point, but we got through that. You didn't see the mass hysteria going on. You didn't see people stocking up on toilet paper and whatever. So I really don't get the toilet paper. I mean, I don't get toilet paper. Keep your hands clean. Keep yourself clean. But I mean, really, you need 9 rolls of toilet paper a day or something. And what are you doing, people? I went to Walmart last night. I've been watching, been paying attention, and watching on social media and on the news, and um, sorry, get a little bit more comfortable in my chair here, and seeing, the people they're going nuts buying toilet paper and hand sanitizer and, Lysol wipes and stuff like that. But I needed a few things from Walmart, and I went out last night. Figured I'd go out a little later. It was like 9:30 or so, but apparently I'm not the only one that thinks that way. The store wasn't jammed, but it was busy, and it was well picked over. A lot of the stuff that the main things, like I said, the toilet paper and water, were empty. Even the flavored waters that I like, the carbonated flavored waters, but the juices were very well picked over. Sodas were very well picked over. You know what doesn't sell because it's the stuff that was left. Excuse me. Rice was, the shelves where the rice was were pretty well picked over, except for the high dollar stuff, organic, imported, blah, 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 $8 a pound. People weren't buying that. But most of the other stuff was well picked over. Sugar. They were actually restocking the sugar while I was there, and people were grabbing it right off of the pallet. So peanut butter was pretty well picked over. There was still some there, but it was nowhere near what it's normally stocked up as. Other things that you think people would take, like canned goods, canned vegetables, canned meats. There was still a good supply of all that stuff. So, yeah, it's just kind of, kind of crazy. Lunch meats and stuff like that were pretty well picked over. Eggs were pretty much gone. Cheese was, it was picked over, but there was still plenty on the shelves. And that's just the one store that I was at, so I don't know about any of the others, but yeah, it's just a little bit the same. It really reminded me of the way it looked back when the last hurricane that went through. I don't remember the name of it. We had the big scare here, and we didn't get a whole lot of anything, which is pretty much normal. But I'm thinking this is going to be pretty much the same way. We got a big old scare going on, and it's not going to really hit us all that hard. Knock on wood. Because I know it's not going to be easy. But yeah, it just the way the stores looked before the hurricane is what it looked like last night. So yeah, I'm sure they'll keep bringing in trucks and resupplying and whatever. But for right now, it's just crazy out there. So, and what are we going to do? We can't go to the parks. They're shutting. Movie theaters are saying they're closing down. Although I have heard that some theaters are operating on a 50% basis or less. Some of them are like at a third, where they're only selling 50% of their seats. That way they give you more space inside. I don't know. If you keep more than, I think, 10 feet around people that are coughing, but if you're not coughing, you're not really spreading contagion very far. If you are contagious before that, then it's a smaller area that you're contaminating, I guess. And again, just people need to be cautious. Carry your hand sanitizer, wipe things down, soap and water. You don't need to do this all the time. If you got soap and water, wash your hands with soap and water. Wash your face with soap and water. Get in the shower, wash your butt. You don't need all that toilet paper. I don't understand that. I really don't. But I mean, you're gonna go through a couple rolls a day or something? What the heck? Anyway, I don't know. I kind of get it with waters. People are, they're afraid that they're going to have to drink the local tap water. I kind of get it. Bottled water is expensive. Even the cheap stuff is expensive. I mean, even going to the reverse osmosis machine that I've got a block away and getting 5 gallons for $1. That's a lot more expensive than what you pay coming out of the tap. And if you've got a filter on your tap, you're good to go. If it still scares you, boil it. Let it cool and then make tea or something out of it. But I don't know. It's crazy out there, and I guess it's just going to get worse for the next couple of weeks until we see how this thing pans out. So I guess just be careful out there, people. If you got a mask, wear it. Although they're saying unless you're medical personnel or you actually have a bad cough or cold or sneezy, runny nose or whatever, then you don't really need a mask because you have to be in actual contact with it. So you have to be upfront and personal with somebody to actually contact it. Keep your hands clean. Don't shake hands. Live long and prosper. Whatever. Elbows. Something. You don't need to shake hands. You don't need to be hugging on people. That aren't real close. There are people out there that do that. They're just associates. People that you kind of know. You haven't seen them for a while, and they want to come in and give you a hug. So I'm kind of. But anyway, just use a little bit of sense and stay safe. It's crazy. It really is. But that's the state of the state. The state of the country, I guess, at this point. And I really don't know. I mean, I'm kind of in my own little enclave down here, my own little world, I guess, being in Northeast Florida. I don't know. I look at people, posting pictures, and they're still in heavy winter jackets and stuff, and I'm thinking, oh, they still got snow on the ground and stuff. I'm dealing with pollen and 80 some odd degree temperatures, so I don't know how it is in other parts of the country. So if your part of the country is different, you got to deal with what you got to deal with. But the basics are going to be there. Wash your hands, avoid intimate contact, and just stay safe, people. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fandoculous. You want to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I'll have links in the description box, wherever it happens to be on your device of choice. I also put links to similar videos. You can find my email, my snail mail, and all that good stuff. So, if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. Unless you think you're contagious or they're elderly, we're super young. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Send them an email. Send them a letter. Maybe not a letter. Who knows how long this stuff can stick on a letter. But let them know. We're not promised tomorrow, people. We're not promised our next breath. So I'll see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Bless you, y'all.